These days, it seems like every company is coming out with a protein version of their product, and some of these are absolutely absurd. I mean, we got protein water, protein soda, protein popcorn, protein Lunchables. We're gonna be trying all these things in this video and tier listing them, but here's the tier list criteria. First, how does it taste? It has to taste good. And number two, is it a reasonable way to consume protein? These are the two factors we're going into this tier list with. And first up, we got protein cereal. Now on the screen, you can see there's tons of different types of protein cereal, but one that stuck out to me was the Ghost Protein Cereal Lucky Charms. So behind me, I got the Ghost Protein Cereal Lucky Charms. Look at that. It looks, I mean, the box looks amazing, but the real question is, how does it taste? Whoa, it smells super sweet. Give it a little pour. Before I pour in the milk, here's what the cereal looks like. Yeah, pretty much resembles Lucky Charms. It's obviously not an exact one for one, but let us see how it tastes. First bite, here we go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually pretty good. Holy cow. Personally, I love cereal, so I actually think this is pretty good tasting. It does have a tinge of protein taste at the end, and I think it's a little bit unreasonable, but it's not super unreasonable. I'm going B tier. I think B tier is a perfect spot for it. You get 17 grams of protein, which is pretty great, honestly, but I think there's gonna be way better things on this list and way worse things, so B tier feels like the perfect option for me. But before we move on, at the end of this video, I'm also gonna be making a protein-only meal out of the top protein products from this list and giving it to my roommate and seeing his reaction. So stay tuned for that. Up next, we got protein bars. This is the most notorious, famous protein product on the market. Obviously, there's hundreds of brands of different protein bars that you can see in this picture, but the brand that I decided to go with today is none other than Barbell Protein Bars. This company, I love their protein bars. I absolutely love them. I'm biased. I'm just gonna rip right into this. The cookies and cream flavor, if you've not had it, so good. It basically just looks like a chocolate bar, like a Snickers. Bro, this is an automatic S tier. A protein bar is the perfect way to consume protein, in my opinion. It's so good, it's so classic, it's so simple, and it tastes amazing. I think this is an easy S tier. Moving on, protein pizza. Now this is an absolutely absurd one. Let me finish chewing this protein bar. Hold up. I don't know about you, but I do not think about protein when I think of pizza. But Vital Pursuit, this brand, has changed that completely. In this tiny little box is 22 grams of protein. And we're gonna dig in and see exactly how good this is or if it's a complete sham. Okay, so our microwave pizza is officially done. Ignore how terrible it looks, because I may or may not have accidentally put a paper towel on top of it, which caused all the cheese to stick. Oh! Holy cow, it's hot. It is hot. While I'm waiting for this super hot pizza to cool off, let's go to the next item on our list, protein ice cream. Yes, you heard that correctly. Your favorite delicate treat can now be enjoyed with protein. And there's lots of different protein options. As you guys know, I might be a huge Bluebell fan, and they just came out with Pro Bluebell ice cream, which is like this image right here where they have tons of protein in it. There's another creator brand here in Austin called Frozen One that has protein ice cream, but this is one that's more common throughout the US currently, and it's in, I think, all Targets everywhere, and I've never tried it before. And one of my favorite flavors is mint chocolate chip ice cream, so let's open it up, give it a try, and see what it's all about, and see if it's a reasonable way to consume protein. 30 grams of protein in this pint. Da, 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 da. Give it a little scoop. It's pretty soft. It's been kind of sitting in this room for a little bit. Let's give it a taste. Wow, that's really good, actually. It actually just tastes like normal ice cream. There's not a hint of protein, whey powder flavor anywhere. That is so much better than I expected it to be. Holy cow. Now, I don't know if ice cream is the most reasonable way to consume protein, but I guess it is kind of like a protein shake almost. Wow, this is surprising me a lot. I think I'm gonna go A tier. And so I wonder if this brand is doing the same thing. But let's go back to our pizza and see how that's doing. Okay, still pretty hot, but I'm gonna give it a taste. Smells kind of interesting. Honestly, I was expecting this pizza to be way worse. On the box, it says it's a cauliflower crust pizza. It kind of smells like cauliflower in a weird way, but it tastes somewhat normal, which is pretty surprising. I'm gonna put this in C tier. I don't think it's the best. I think it's potentially one of the worst forms of consuming protein, but the taste actually isn't that bad. So yeah, I feel like C tier is honestly better than I was expecting. But I still think there's much better ways to consume protein. If I want pizza, I'm just gonna eat pizza. I don't really want protein pizza, I think. I think that's fair to say. Okay, moving on. Mac and cheese protein. That sounds crazy, but there are actually multiple brands that have protein mac and cheese. This is a protein brand called Goodles, and it has 11 grams of protein per serving, which, is that even enough to be considered a protein product? I have no idea, but they are advertising it as a protein mac and cheese. I think the instructions on the back say you just have to add water and heat it in the microwave. So yeah, wow, I'm not gonna lie, it smells freaking incredible. Look at that steam coming out of that cup. It looks amazing. I mean, yeah, let's just give it a try. Here's a nice little scoop. Here goes the taste test. It's probably gonna be pretty hot. Maybe too hot. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Holy moly. Dude, this is super good. It does not have the slightest taste of protein whatsoever. I mean, it only has 11 grams. Is that even enough to call it a protein mac and cheese? I don't know what the normal amount of protein is in mac and cheese. Okay, you're all seeing this right now? The normal amount of protein in a mac and cheese cup is 7 grams. This is 11 grams of protein. I feel like it can't be considered a protein product. This only has 11 grams of protein, therefore I think you can barely consider it a protein product. It's F tier, it's F tier. It tastes amazing, and if it had like 20 grams, I think I'd be putting it all the way in A tier, but it's F tier because I don't even think it can be considered a protein product. It's just normal mac and cheese with a little extra protein, and for that reason, it's F tier. Moving on, we got potentially the most diabolical thing on this list, protein water. Yes, you heard that correctly. There are companies making water with protein in it and selling it, and that's like their main value proposition. To me, that is where I draw the line. I draw the line on protein water. I think I'm gonna put it in F tier before I even try it, because that's how confident I am that this is gonna be terrible. But in order to prove that's terrible, I did buy one thing of unflavored protein water. It also has electrolytes, and it looks to have 15 grams of protein in this bottle. I've never tried it before. We're gonna crack it open, give it a try, see what it smells like. Smells like water. It doesn't smell like anything. It's a little bubbly. Let's see how it tastes. I think there's like a little bit of a, not even like an aftertaste, but like a weird, almost like it makes your tongue feel a little weird. It legitimately tastes like water 100%. That is crazy. I was expecting there to be some sort of like whey protein taste. It honestly tastes like water. It also gets super bubbly and fizzy when you shake it up, which is like a little concerning. I guess that's the protein in it. But yeah, super weird product. I think I draw the line at protein water, easy F tier. Next up on our list, we got protein chips. Now this is a classic by Quest, but there's some other brands, Legendary, Wild protein chips, that claim to make chips that have a lot of grams of protein in it, and apparently it's healthy for you. It's like healthy Doritos or something, I don't know. But let's give it a try. With me right here, I have the nacho cheese Quest chips. Hopefully these are gonna taste like Doritos. I love nacho cheese Doritos. My hope is that if they taste just like a Dorito, honestly, this might be an S tier product, because if Doritos had protein in them, hey, why not? But let's give it a try and see what it tastes like. Whoa, they do not look like Doritos, I'll tell you that much. Look at this. Let's give it a taste test. The initial taste is really good, but there is a weird texture towards the end. They definitely don't taste anything like Doritos. Not the same as Doritos whatsoever, but they are decently good. I would consider this in the same tier as cereal, maybe slightly above, a little bit more convenient. Grab and go. How much protein we got in here? 18 grams of protein. Honestly, for like, I don't know, there's maybe 20 chips in there. 1 gram protein per chip. That's not bad. It doesn't taste bad. I just think it's like a little crazy to get your protein from chips. So I think B tier is a fitting place to put it. Next up, we got protein pancakes. This brand called Kodiak makes some amazing protein pancake mix. I've actually, I'm a little biased, okay? I buy this in my personal life. I buy this product in my personal life, and I actually have a pancake already made right here. I made it a couple hours ago, so it's not the warmest, but I can tell you right now, these protein pancakes are so good. 1 serving is 15 grams of protein, and it's super good. Like, honestly, this is an easy A tier for me. Easy A tier. We'll put it just behind ice cream. We'll put it just behind that protein ice cream because, you know, personally, I'm a huge ice cream guy. But these pancakes are super good, super easy to make. They taste, honestly, there's no protein paste to them whatsoever. They taste like normal pancakes to me. I add a little maple syrup. Those things are good. Great way to get some protein in, beef up your pancakes a little bit. Yeah, I love it. Protein coffee. Yes, that is right. Starbucks now serves protein lattes and coffees that you can buy through the drive-thru. So this morning I actually went through the drive-thru and tried it out for myself. Can I do a small vanilla protein latte? Oh,
Have a beautiful day.
yeah, thanks so much. Protein latte secured. I'm not a coffee guy, but let's give it a taste test. That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. Yep, this is pretty easily an F tier. I think it's as absurd as water, if not more absurd than water. If you want coffee, just get coffee. If you want protein, try literally anything else. Okay, next up we got protein Pop-Tarts. Now this looks super interesting to me. I personally love Pop-Tarts. I try not to eat them too much because they're not that healthy for you. But I've had these legendary Pop-Tarts off to the right over here, and I just think they have the worst aftertaste. But I recently found out that Pop-Tarts, the actual brand, is now making protein Pop-Tarts. And I have a box right behind me. Right here, I think strawberry Pop-Tarts are the best flavor. So apparently these have 10 grams of protein per serving, which, you know, is maybe not the most. But I'm curious to see if there's any aftertaste. Okay, here we go. It looks like a normal Pop-Tart. It looks completely like a normal Pop-Tart. Let us go ahead and give it a taste and see if it has any weird aftertaste. Honestly, it tastes 90% like a normal Pop-Tart. There is a slight weirdness to the taste. I can't even put my finger on it, but there is a difference. There is a slight difference to the way it tastes. Okay, so I just looked it up, and a normal Pop-Tart has about 4 grams of protein. This has 10, which is double. So I do think it qualifies as a protein product. However, I do think this is a pretty absurd way to try and eat protein. Probably more absurd than the pizza, to be honest. This might be our first D tier. I think if you want protein, you're not getting it that fast with this Pop-Tart. You're probably doing more damage than you are good. And so, yeah. It does taste all right, though. It tastes all right. I just think it's an absurd way to consume protein. This is a product that probably should not exist, so I'm putting it in D tier. Protein chocolate. Now, this is not a super common one, but apparently Hershey's is making these little like chocolate protein bars, and there's also this other brand called My Protein that makes high protein chocolate. And right now, I'm gonna be trying the Hershey's double chocolate protein bar. Now, I don't know if this is more like a protein bar, like Barbell or David, or if it's more like a chocolate bar, if that makes sense. But I figured it's Hershey. It's got to be the closest thing to a chocolate bar you can get. So let's rip this thing open and see what it tastes like. How many grams of protein does this have? 18 grams of protein. Okay, so 18 grams of protein. It does look kind of like a chocolate bar. So yeah, let's give it a taste. This is terrible. This is terrible. This tastes like protein. It's above F tier because these things I would never consider to even be like protein products. This is a protein product, but it's terrible. This is D tier, easily. Holy cow. I don't even want to take another bite. And it's chocolate. It's chocolate and I don't want to take another bite. Protein gummies. Apparently this is candy that their primary value proposition is that you get protein from it, which seems absolutely absurd. And I'm going to be honest, protein gummies and protein marshmallows I were unable to find in stores in time. So I couldn't find it at any local stores. However, I'm pretty confident that both of these items are gonna deserve to be an F tier. I think these are easy F tier items. No matter how good they taste, they're too absurd to be any higher on this list than F tier, in my opinion. They're far too absurd, and I would never consider consuming protein in either of these ways, no matter how good they taste. So yeah, easy F tier for both protein marshmallows and protein candy. I just think it's absurd that there's even products that you can buy online that are in these categories. Absolutely crazy. Classic example of protein just getting out of control. Protein brownie / cookie. Now, probably the most famous brand of this is Lenny and Larry's. I actually personally have had quite a few Lenny and Larry's cookies in my day. And there's also this Alave protein brownie thing that looks pretty crazy. But the one that I have here today is a classic Lenny and Larry's protein cookie. I've had these things a million times, so I already know what they're gonna taste like. It's basically like a soft, big cookie. Probably not the healthiest thing in the world because it has like 500 calories, but let's give it a taste. Yep, that is exactly how I remember it tasting. I think the cookie form, it's a good form, but it doesn't make the most sense. I think it's right above the pizza in C tier. It tastes good. There's not too much of a protein aftertaste, but I think everything in B tier and above I'd rather have and is a better form of consuming protein in my opinion. And honestly, to be honest, these Lenny and Larry cookies have just so many calories, it's absurd. Protein donuts. This is a similar category to protein cookies, but I've actually never had a protein donut. So I am excited to test it out. I got a whole box of legendary protein donuts. I think you're supposed to heat it up in the microwave for like 10 seconds. So I'm gonna rip it open and heat it up in the microwave and see what we got. After heating them up in the microwave, here's what they look like. They're a little sticky, but let's see what it tastes like. It's warm and soft, but I gotta be honest, it has a very strong protein taste. To me, this is right next to the chocolate. D tier. It does not taste good. I would not buy this again. I do not recommend the protein donut. Holy cow. Ugh. Ugh. Weird aftertaste. Protein ramen. This is one of the most absurd products on this list. Cup of Noodles sells protein cup of noodles, which is absolutely absurd. I ordered it off of Amazon, and here's what it looks like in the flesh. Cup of noodles, protein. I'm gonna heat this up in the microwave, and we're gonna give it a taste test. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, it looks a bit sus, not even gonna lie. Look at it. Let's give it a little stir. Does not smell the tastiest, I'm not gonna lie. But also, cup noodles ramen is not the probably go-to meal of choice for me. I also hate vegetables, and there are seeming to be vegetables in here. I thought this was a protein product, not a vegetable product. Holy cow. Time to give it an absolute taste test. Let's see what it tastes like. I think it might be really hot. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. Tastes bad. Tastes bad. Definitely tastes worse than normal ramen. I actually kind of like normal ramen. If it sure tastes worse, that is F tier. Actually, that's so bad, I'm gonna move Goodles up. I'm gonna move Goodles up because Goodles actually tastes good. Even though it's only 11 grams of protein, this is only 16. And it tastes way worse. Holy cow. This is what I'm saying, man. This is the classic example of where protein products go too far. Just because it says it has protein in it does not mean you should buy it and eat it. Next up, we got protein pretzels. Now, the big brand in this space is called Kindling, and I've actually had their protein pretzels before. I know they're pretty good, and this is the classic sea salt flavor, but the churro flavor I know is fire. I'm just gonna taste this for the video. I'll be honest, it tastes pretty much like a normal pretzel. It only has 9 grams of protein, so nothing crazy. I would say this is in the same category as the protein chips, so I'm gonna put it right there, right next to the protein chips. I think that's fair enough. Good product, but not my number one go-to choice for protein, that's for sure. Protein jerky. Now, I don't know if this is like technically a protein product or it's just a product that has protein in it, but they're definitely, all these brands are advertising protein in their beef sticks. And guess what? Mr. Beast has even hopped on the wave. That's how you know things have gotten out of control. When Mr. Beast hops into the promotions. Right here, I got Jack Link's Mr. Beast branded protein beef sticks, basically. It says 6 grams of protein per serving. I've never had one of these before, so I'm really interested to try and see what it tastes like. They're pretty small, so 6 grams of protein for this little thing might not be that bad. Let's give it a taste test if I can get this thing open. This is the original flavor. Honestly, it smells just like a Slim Jim in junior high. I used to love Slim Jims, so let's see what it tastes. Dang, bro. Honestly, not bad at all. This is actually really good. Holy cow. This is one of the best items on this list. Unironically, this is one of the best items on the list. Protein beef sticks, I think that's A tier. Oh my gosh. It's actually so good. Like, I'm gonna eat all these. I'm gonna eat all these the rest of the week. Let me know, does this even count as a protein product? Because it is just meat, and meat has protein in it. So, a little bit of a gray area, probably why it's so good, but I think, yeah, great way to get protein, why not? Protein popcorn, and yes, you are seeing a Kardashian on your screen right now. She has apparently pioneered this new brand called Cloud Protein Popcorn. I have never tried it before, and right here I have the white cheddar flavor. Apparently these have become super popular, and I'm very curious to give it a try. Rip it open. Smells like normal popcorn. I don't really know if you can see in there, but it looks like normal popcorn. But the question is, does it taste like normal popcorn? Let's give it a try. Get a nice little handful. I'll be honest, this does not taste like anything spectacular in my mind. There's also only 7 grams of protein per serving, and only 4 servings in this whole bag. So I think you would actually have to eat this whole bag to get a reasonable amount of protein. Yeah, I was honestly expecting more out of this product. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't necessarily taste good. I think this is a C-tier product. I bet some of the other flavors are a little better, but it's not the best source of protein. And I think it's kind of an unreasonable product to eat for protein. It's right next to pizza. It's C tier. Next up, we got perhaps one of the most absurd products on this list, protein soda. Look at all these different soda brands that are advertising protein in their soda. That is actually crazy. And behind me, I have the Barbell Wild Strawberry Protein Soda. We tried a Barbell protein bar earlier in this video. I love Barbell protein bars. I've had them plenty of times, but I've never gotten to try a Barbell protein soda. Personally, I'm not the biggest soda guy, so I think it would take a lot for me to be impressed by this, but we'll give it a try. Woo! I'm not a soda guy, but that sound is always a good sound. Wow, the strawberry smell is very strong. Oh, there's also caffeine in here. 200 milligrams of caffeine. Oh, wow. I'm also not a caffeine guy, so this will be interesting. 10 grams of protein, 200 milligrams of caffeine, down the hatch, baby. It does not taste as bad as I thought it would. Personally, I'm not a soda guy. I think drinking soda to get, or even like soda or an energy drink to get protein is probably one of the worst things you could possibly do for yourself, unless you're like, I don't know, somebody who drinks like caffeine right before hitting the gym. I want to say this is a D tier product. I want to say this is a D tier product. Yeah, I'm putting it in D tier. I don't think it tastes terribly, but I think it's bad for you. Like, why would you want to drink soda for protein? That's just, I think this is one of the more absurd products on the list, and just therefore it can't be that high. It also only 10 grams of protein. That's not even that much. Protein Lunchable. This is a category of its own. There's only one product in this group of products, and it's the brand Lunchables, obviously. They're advertising this as a protein pack with 12 grams of protein in this little thing. I don't really know if it's gonna be any different from a normal Lunchable. It's looking kind of different. I mean, yeah, it just looks like a normal Lunchable. We're gonna see exactly what it tastes like though, and is it worth the hype, or is it just completely absurd? Lunchables has always kind of grossed me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this meat and cheese is really slimy, and that's kind of freaking me out. That's kind of freaking me out, but we'll give it a taste test. Honestly, this just tastes like a normal Lunchable to me. I don't know what, is it just a normal Lunchable without like the candy in it? Is that what they're saying is protein? A protein bag? Like, or is there actually extra protein packed into this Lunchable? I don't know if y'all can see this, but it looks like a normal Lunchable has 10 grams of protein in it, and this one has 12 grams of protein in it. I think that might just be because of the extra meat in the actual container. I don't think it's because it's a protein product. I think this product is kind of a scam. I think it might be a scam. I think it's D tier. It's not like completely absurd to have. Like, these D tier items are completely disgusting by any means, but it's like Goodles, where it's like, okay, is it really a protein product, or it's just a product that already has protein in it? I think it's more like that. I'm also not a huge Lunchable guy personally, so I will probably not be buying this. Last but not least, we have the most popular protein category of all time. We got the protein shake, and as you can see, tons of brands: Core Power, Muscle Milk, Gatorade, Fairlife, Lean Body, and most newly added to the category, Prime Protein, claiming to have 32 grams of protein in it. And today I bought the Vanilla Prime Protein Shake to give it a try for this category. I'm actually super curious to see what this tastes like. Personally, I think protein shakes are probably one of the least absurd protein products on the market, along with the protein bar. So, but I've never tried the Prime Protein Shake. I'm not a huge fan of Prime electrolytes by any means, but we'll give this a try and see what it's all about. It is claiming to use lactose-free, ultra-filtered milk to get all these grams of protein, kind of like Fairlife, and I do like Fairlife, so I'm curious to see. Woo! Nice sound. We got some smoke coming out of it. I don't know if I really love that. Also, the crack of the can didn't go exactly how it should. Okay, it smells like vanilla milk, which is probably what it's supposed to taste like. Let's give it a try. It tastes sweet, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this is the best protein shake out there. Now, luckily, this is not a Prime Protein Shake rating. This is more about the category protein shake. And so for the protein shake category, I think it's S tier, but Prime, I would say, is probably more down here in the B tier territory. Wow, this is tough. Yeah, I think for this exact tier list, based on what I'm tasting, I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. Now let's use some of these products to make a meal for my roommate and see what he thinks.
Okay, Christian, what I have before you is the ultimate protein breakfast. Open your eyes.
Dog, what is this?
What we got here is we got some protein pancakes, topped with some protein ice cream, with some protein donuts, some protein cereal, a prime protein shake, and a protein latte.
Protein everything? Hold on, okay. That's gross, bro. That's gross, bro. And I love lattes, and that's gross. I'm never gonna do this again. Don't invite me again. I'm out of here, bro.